Morning campers. So wow, 24 hours, a lot's changed. My situation is I'm self-employed and I'm one of the 5% that's not entitled to anything. So it's going to be a bit of a concern for the next few months. I've got a bit of savings in the bank. How long that lasts, I don't know. We're just going to have to be a little bit tight with the money right now. Anyway, that's not what this is about today. I thought I would do a little review on a bait capsule. So if you haven't seen one, or you haven't used one, this is what they look like. Tronics do one as well. This model, I do not know what the name is. I can't remember. I'm sure Dave and the lads from Breakaway will be able to tell you because they are available in their shops. Now it's very much just a bait delivery system designed for sea fishing. I use these in carp fishing, something similar, spods, to get bait to where I want to go fishing. However, this actually takes your hook bait as well. Very, very good. I've had it in my tackle box now for quite some time, and to be fair, it stayed there for a long while. I never even thought about using it until about 4 weeks ago, where I want to try something different. I want to get bait a long distance, and I didn't want to use big baits, and I basically rummaged through my box, found it, and thought it's worth another go. And it was a good session. We had quite a few rays. I'm not saying whether or not this contributed, but it certainly helped me get the distance and definitely got the bait out in the right place. So I'm going to just quickly show you how to set it up, because there's a few things you can do to make it work better for you. So if you was to take one of these, first and foremost, if we look at where your main line is or your leader is, first and foremost, it works better as a running setup, I've found. But make sure when you set one of these up, you've got the capsule. This is where you actually put the bait into. Make sure the vein is pointing that way, away from your main line, okay? The reason you do this is because you want the bait to come out when the water comes in. And if you have it the other way around, it can cause complications because obviously you've got your line in the way. So it's really simple. Running, this, one bead, can be any bead you like. I normally use these glow in the dark ones, not that makes any difference at all. And then all you're going to do is tie your swivel straight on to your main line. So it is, for want of a better word, a running rig, okay? You can fish and fixed, but I've found this causes least resistance and least tangles. And that's what we really want, is confidence when we're fishing, that you don't get any problems. So that's exactly how it sits. Now your snood, tie onto here. And the great thing about these is you can have really, really long snoods. The snoods I was using the other week, and I've probably continued to do so for the time being, give or take, they're around 6 foot long, okay? Now, the concept's really simple. You basically bait up, put that into said capsule, and the only thing you need to be concerned about then is all the trailing snood. Now, well, what I found again is the best thing to do is have this hanging off your rod, so all the tension's onto it, and then what you do is, rather than actually coiling up from the bait end, it's better to coil from where the swivel is. Okay, so if you imagine this was fixed onto the swivel, all you're going to do, really, really small coils, all the way up, the whole lot. So we're almost like this, okay? Obviously you'll have your bait on the end there. Bait will go into the capsule and then just poke this up the top. Bearing in mind that's going to be connected. So when you hit this into the horizon, and these will go for miles, okay? As soon as it hits the water pressure hits the bottom, because there's little veins in here, pushes water up, this will all pop out, including your bait, and then you'll have a really long trace floating around on the seabed. Now the other great thing about these is you can use smaller baits, but you don't have to actually wrap them up too much with the elastic. You can put several worms on one single hook, just like this, and have it floating around in the sea. Secondly, if you want, you can use crab baits. So I think I'm going to try it for smoothhounds later on as well. Later on in the year or next few months when we get out again, and we'll see where we end up. So the other thing, what I'd say to you is there's a downside. First and foremost, I think in a strong current, these will get taken away. They will float around, but roll around on the bottom. Secondly, they're not cheap. About £3, £3.50, I think, give or take. So if you lose one, you're going to be upset. So try and be make sure your knots and the leaders and everything are tied right. Now, what I would say though is, because of the way they're designed, because you've got this vane, when you're on the retrieve, they naturally shoot up, okay? So if you fish this on rough ground, there's a good chance you'll get it back again. However, it's not guaranteed. Anyway, there we go. That's the bait capsule. I recommend having a go. I enjoy using them. They fly for miles, and you can actually get away with putting all sorts of baits in them. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found something useful. Again, it's beautiful outside and we're stuck inside. Have a good day, have a good weekend, and yeah, let's just see what happens over the next couple of weeks.